Did the Messiah rise on the first day of the week, Sunday? Yes, he did. I realize that there is a doctrine I hear that says that the Messiah died on a Wednesday and, didn't die on Friday and, rose on the first day of the week. I get you. I get you. That premise is unbiblical and it is biblically indefensible. Biblically indefensible, brothers and sisters. This idea comes from Matthew 12:40, where Yeshua says, as Jonah was in the belly of the whale for 3 days and 3 nights, so shall the Son of Man be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. And because of this, we have some fantastic mathematical equations that people put on a board to show days and nights and so forth, and how he was really crucified on a Wednesday. He kept the Passover early. All of these things, brothers and sisters, really derive from bad scriptural exegesis. It's a bad interpretation of scriptures. Good people are doing it. We are not castigating the people, the brothers who are teaching this particular doctrine. But we're saying that as a biblicist and as a fanaticist, when we are reading it, it's unsupported. All right, here we go. Let's look at it. Matthew 12:40. For just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the great fish, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Yeshua is using Jonah as a type. It's what we call typology. This is a reference point for Yeshua. He is not intending to convey, he is going to fulfill the specificity of Jonah's particular incident or circumstance. In other words, he was in the belly of the whale for 3 days and 3 nights. Yeshua is not suggesting that he is going to fulfill this particular event as Jonah did. No, this is not what he is saying. Now, why am I so confident about this? Because we have to look at what Yeshua said after this particular passage. Here we go. Matthew 16:21. From that time, Yeshua began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes and be killed, and on the third day be raised. Here, Matthew doesn't mention anything about nights, does he? He understands that Yeshua is going to be raised the third day. Our days in the Hebrew calendar, the Hebrew reckoning of time, are inclusive, and they begin at evening. Any event of a day represents part of that day. You can count that as a day itself. So the argument is that for us, Yeshua did resurrect or rise on the first day of the week, because Saturday night is the beginning of the first day of the week. So if we reverse engineer it, we have Sunday, the day of his resurrection. Saturday is the day that he was in the sepulcher. Friday is the day that he was killed. So this is day 1 of his death, Friday. Day 2 of his death is Saturday. And he rose the third day. Let's look. Matthew 17:22 through 23. As they were gathering in Galilee, Yeshua said to them, the Son of Man is about to be delivered into the hands of men, and they will kill him, and he will be raised, on the third day. This is coming from Yeshua himself. I'm going to rise on the third day. Let's look at this. Matthew 20:17 through 18. And as Yeshua was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside, and on the way he said to them, verse 18, see, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death and deliver him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified. And he will be raised, and he will be raised, and he will be raised on the third day. Again, this is Yeshua's testimony. When we go to Matthew 27:62 through 64, let's look at how they understood it. The next day, that is, after the day of preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered before Pilate and said, verse 63, Sir, we remember how that impostor said while he was still alive, after 3 days I will arise. Therefore, order the tomb to be made secure until the third day, lest his disciples go and steal him away and tell the people, he has arisen from the dead, and the last fraud will be worse than the first. Congruency. Yeshua uses Matthew 12:40 as a reference point, as a type, something similar. He is paralleling events, that he is going to be entombed as Jonah was entombed in the belly of a fish for 3 days. I'm going to be entombed in the heart of the earth for 3 days. I'm going to rise on the third day. People are looking for specificity, and it's okay if it's there. If it's not there, you have to follow what the authors are giving you. Let's look at this. Luke 11:29 through 30, when he tells a story, brothers and sisters, this is what he says. When the crowds were increasing, he began to say, this generation is an evil generation. It seeks for a sign, but no sign will be given to it except the sign of Jonah. Doesn't mention anything about a 3 days and 3 nights. For as Jonah became a sign to the people of Nineveh, so will the Son of Man be to this generation. Matthew is writing to his audience, and you have Luke writing to his audience. Two different audiences, brothers and sisters. Luke's audience don't know anything about a 3 days and 3 nights. Matthew's audience knows about 3 days and 3 nights, but they now are able to qualify what the 3 days and 3 nights mean. Let's look at this. Luke 9:22. The Messiah says, I'm going to rise on the third day. Luke 13:32. I'm going to rise on the third day. Luke 18:33. I'm going to rise on the third day. Luke 24:7. I'm going to rise on the third day. We got a witness now. Luke 24:21. Yeshua rose on the third day. Luke 24:46. I'm going to rise on the third day. Acts 10:40. Yeshua rose on the third day. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Yeshua rose on the third day, as the scripture said. Nobody's talking about nights. So we have good brothers, well-intentioned brothers, who are trying to understand Matthew 12:40 with 3 days and 3 nights. And they're coming up with some fabulous mathematical equations to make this thing fit. And I'm saying respectfully, it's really unnecessary. Just look at the continuity of the text. And then we go back to understand that Yeshua is not looking at Jonah as a specific point in prophecy relevant to himself, but he is using Jonah as a reference point, as a type. Something similar is going to transpire in parallel. And so to say, brothers and sisters, that the Catholics got it wrong, and everyone who is embracing this idea that the Messiah rose on Easter sunrise service or Easter Sunday or Sunday is wrong. No, this is where our Catholic brothers and sisters got it right, because they're reading the text. We have a more exhaustive presentation on this subject titled The Third Day. Review the topic more exhaustively. We go in detail, right? This is Q&A with Naseek. Thank you for your question. May the blessings of Yah be with you. Continue to send in more questions. I'll be more than happy to help you if I got skill, wisdom, and knowledge in that area. Feel free to give us a phone call at 704-553-7625. May the blessings of Yah be with you. Talk to you soon. Shalom.